Hello everyone, welcome to High Playing Games. My name's Simon and this is Oafmatch, or Oofmatch. I can't quite tell what I'm supposed to call it. Think Puzzle Quest, but in an RPG. And who doesn't want some more gem loves in their world? Thank you very much for Netcall Games for sending me a copy to take a look at. I've been rather enjoying my time with this. Been playing for a couple of hours, slowly petering my way through. I'm going to go through some of the game mechanics behind the scenes first before we actually get into the gameplay. Because if you already know about Puzzle Quest, then you'll kind of get what's going on with the matching of gems. What's the beauty of this game here is that you get to manage a party as you go through. So you have a party of up to 4 people playing in your team at once, but look at the amount of people who you can unlock over time, either between this or apparently New Game Plus, which I've not got anywhere near, obviously. My crew are all on level 13. You level up by the money that you earn, and you earn money through playing battles and winning. So you can see, like in this crosshairs, that you've got Knuckles the Oaf has got green and red, and then he's got green and red little equipment stats here. And then you find new equipment as you go through the world, and you basically pop in the slots as and where you go. Now I've only got 4 crew members at the moment, but what you want to make sure is that whenever you're playing with crew, you probably want to try and cover as many of the different gem colours as possible so that you aren't wasting matches, I guess. But all of these equipment are kind of like your attacks or defences or buffs, as you would do in a normal RPG game. So this ethereal knife damages a single target 90, grants the caster a stacking buff of plus 10 intelligence for 5 turns. This traps 2 standard gems, and when a foe matches it, it deals them 500 damage. So you've got different kinds of things. This one's just a straight 280. There's ones that attack everyone, there's some that just buff you up or give you health back. So the last piece of that is potions behind the scenes. So you can have wisdom at the minute, dexterity, which might actually help me with wisdom overall, and heals all party members by 25%. I almost feel like we should go dexterity. Let's try dexterity as a thing. I quite like the help with sorting out different bits and bobs. So this is your world map as it is so forth. So you kind of start down here and you meander your way around. You've got various different things that give you gameplay hints or little like mini scenes, but it's all played out in text with just a couple of animations here and there. So the actual like mechanics of the story itself are quite short and small and tiny. So let's go and investigate this spot, and ta-da, we're into a battle. Now each battle you can set the difficulty of them, and can you see the difficulty changes the level of the characters and the waves of what we've got. We've got this pleasant breeze thing that's going on here. I'll explain that in a second. But when we dive into battle, ta-da, here we go. So in the usual way, if you've never played a Puzzle Quest game before, essentially it's a match 3 or more of the same coloured gems, but that then allows you to unlock powers and basically defeat the enemies on the other side. So you can see what I've got here of all of my different attacks. So I've kind of covered off all the bases of all of the different gems. If you match 5 or more, you'll get a extra turn. Sometimes with 4 or more it will do the same. And my enemies, I've got a complete contrast of stuff here. So you can choose who you want to aim for and who you want your damage to be dealt to. Now I'm going to definitely stick with the Huntress on level 13 because she's the only person in the enemy field who's actually able to attack back and use the gems. Everyone else will just gain some mana, which will then let them unleash their attack as they go along, whereas this lady can actually match gems and then set off like her special attacks, and they look quite meaty. So I don't want her to be doing that for me. Thank you very much, love. So let's get started with a yellow. There you go, got a double combo, stuff goes across there. They then play, and that's all good. I'm going to do that. It's cool. Of course it would line up yellow. So that guy's mana there, he's then able to stick a yellow thing on the board, which would then count down and give me 132 damage to everyone. So I'm going to do that and keep on building stuff up. And wow, that was a good move for me. That'll give me an extra turn. So now look, I've killed that lady there. I'm going to go... Yeah, I think we will go for him next. We've now got some bits that are flashing over here. So I'm going to do a neck knife. That will hurt. I'm then going to... do that one actually. And push that all down, and that's all fine. You can see now we've got like a ×2 damage on the board. There'll be other different types of damage that will go onto the board as well. Let's do that. Always on the look for a chain, I am. Ooh, they're getting plenty on the board. Feisty ones! So let's kill him off as quickly as we can. I'm going to go for... Let's go for a green and a double damage just to get rid of him. And that's all good. So as you can see, all of the different other gems I've got on the board, I've got covered. The ones that are missing are the black ones. Now the black ones are essentially like environmental damage. So you saw that there was like that wind thing that was on before. Essentially the black damage will change depending on the area that you're in. So with this one, as soon as I match 10 black mana blocks, that will revitalise my party, granting 2 mana of each colour for us to play with. Let's get a mana spike onto the board. That will do a little passive buff for us of causing damage. Ooh, that went well. Let's again do that. Let's get that blue out. And let's do that. Whee! Nicely done, Smithy. But that environmental damage essentially changes depending on what you're doing. So there we go, we've got a pleasant breeze. That then gives me some mana to then play with and to go nuts with. So I'm going to chuck my poisoned fish onto the board, and actually we'll finish him off with a Beast of Learning. Yay! We win. We get a loot, which is a Potion of Strength. Increases the strength of each character by 50%. Ooh, that could be quite useful, you know. So let's dive into the party management. Let's dive into there and let's pop that in there for strength. And then we continue and move on. Actually, do we have enough money? No, we don't have enough money to train anyone. So let's continue on. So this one's now got a wave 1 of 2. And you can kind of see what's coming in advance, which is quite helpful. Again, I'm going to go for level 3 difficulty because I'm nuts. So those environmental stuff, I've had it so that actually it's like bats come in and stun people and so on and so forth. And this battle is actually showing the other thing that is quite RPG-like, is that you can, I haven't personally in my party yet, but you can have your enemies and your own party on 2 rows so that they can play like a defensive or a offensive role. I personally haven't really seen I haven't seen like a ton of a difference because I sit and work out exactly who I'm going to go for first before I do it. So I think that's just me being slightly angry on what I want to do. Oh, that was good. I like. So they're down to 110. I'm going to do that. And then we'll do that, and that will finish him off. That gets rid of that one as well, luckily. And let's dive straight in with another one of those. and get a match 5 for an extra turn. Let's get a 230 in there. A double damage there, and so on and so forth. So the flow of battle, I think, is really great in this game, and there's a good enough like element of surprise that you really can actually turn the tide of battle and make something really come into its own, I guess, quite quickly. Between waves, you lose all of your mana, so that everything comes in again. Sometimes stuff that's left on the board stays. What do I want to do? I'm going to do that so that he doesn't get the red. Although he's done exactly the move that I was going to do if that didn't work. But that's helpful because that gives me that. Yay! Thank you. Let's go black so we can get the yellow. Oh, nice. And out comes all of the angriness onto the board from the AI. Now what do I want to do? I want to do that. I at least want to get rid of one of them before they start damaging me too much. Again, my green is not necessarily my best suit, but let's do it. Ooh, that was quite harsh. Oh, but we'll do that and get rid of the yellows. Great stuff. Oh, wow. Hyper combo. Pleasant breeze. That gets us all of the things back in again. So let's kick this off. Let's, what mind you, once they've stopped. So that gets rid of you. And that again takes away any of the damage attacks that they've got on themselves. That must hurt you. The green can come out and play there. And let's do the blue as well. That's helpful because that stops my fish being used and abused. Again, let's go for that. And then that stops the blue being a problem. The green gives more poisoned damage. Let's do that. That gets rid of you. And then we can play with double damage again. So yeah, the game plays perfectly. I really enjoy it. It doesn't stray too far from the puzzle quest tree, but it doesn't need to because that is such a well honed formula. And this has got plenty of little extra plot twists and bits and bobs to do. So, here we go. Here's a little bit of story. Honestly, they had an actual treasure chest. Moments like this make me almost want to encourage them. Okay. So that's all that we've got. But that's now opened up a little bit over here. Ooh, hello. Stay here for now. That looks like we then move on to a new area. Have we done everything that we need to do here? Doesn't look like it. Clearly we're missing something. But anyway, so that is what we do with Oafmatch. Let's train up our guys. So there you go. You can see they all level up. Their stats all go up. And so continues the world. And as you unlock more equipment, you kind of swap them in and out as you go. So yeah, Oafmatch available on PC now. It came out last week. Yeah, 2 thumbs up. If you like matching your gems, you could do far, far, far worse than grabbing this game. if I have some slight annoyances with it, you've got this little login part here for some stuff that's online, but you have to log in and register separately for their website. It's not like integrated into your Steam or anything like that, which is slightly awkward. Also, I do wish that some of the wonderful sound would be on a slightly longer loop. That's the only other thing. But yeah, for a slightly randomised roguelike experience that brings with you all the joys of Bejeweled and Puzzle Quest, go for Oafmatch. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope that was informative. Till next time, you guys take care. Keep on gaming. Bye for now.